It is a good day and a busy day today. What's good, universe? It is Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. This is your daily sports and sports betting brand of record. Even when we're a little bit under the weather, we are still here just as you guys are. When you come in every single day, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button. It really helps the show grow. And a big-time thank you to all of you premium members who joined us last night for DTL After Dark. I see somebody in the chat said, my White Sox suck. Well, we had a live bet on the over 2.5 team total. That hit, so we were happy with the White Sox last night. Now, a little housekeeping, a ho-hum day, not our best day. Now, I did hit one. Yankees set 2 last night. You're not going to play Aaron Judge? You're not going to play Giancarlo Stanton? Come on. Be better than that. But as always, Charles nails his pick in the international friendlies. The man is fired up and ready for Euro 2024. Also, later today, 3 p.m. Eastern time, the third major of the year, the U.S. Open. And I've got 3 of the best minds in the business. Steve Scott, Robert Dameron, and Fast Eddie Fernandez join me live at 3 p.m. Eastern. We break down all of your best bets and storylines for the U.S. Open from Pinehurst. Remember, the last time was that famous Phil Mickelson and Payne Stewart battling it all the way down to the wire. But we cannot do this brand without my partner, our 5-tool player. Let's bring him in right now, and let me see that big old fat smile that I love so much. And I am so happy. I've never been happier to have you take a night off than last night because you needed it. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, crew. Good morning, everybody. Yes, you know what? I sure do appreciate that. You guys did a great job. Went back and watched the full show. Producer man crushed it with the look. That was not me. That was all him. Give him all the praise in the world. I thought it looked fantastic. And NC State, way to go, NC State. Brought it home for us. Let's go.
That was a storyline throughout DTL After Dark. We were all watching the runs and going here 6-4, then 8-4. That's the beauty. That's the fun of this business. We had a ton of fun with that last night. All right, quickly. So the crew is always a big part of what we do, and we're also very loyal here at the brand. And we have a crew play of the day every single day. Today, Howie Schwab, where are we going, AB?
Howie Schwab looking great in that St. John's uniform right there. That jersey looking sharp. All right, we're going Major League Baseball. We're going totals. Braves, Orioles over 7.5. Cubs, Rays over 7.5. Phillies, Red Sox over 8. Pirates, Cardinals over 7.5. Polls in the chat. Vote now. And we'll update as we always do at the end of the show.
Somebody in the chat already said Braves, Orioles over 7.5. And normally that would be a lock. But your Braves cannot hit right now, AB.
No, No, they can't. Now, I'll tell you this, something, a little quick, fun story. It take 5 seconds that will make up for the Braves. So our man, Randall Mims, see him in the chat, Mims Lumber, he's in surgery right now, okay? We got him all set up. He's fine. It's all good. It's a hip surgery. He's had it planned. It's all set. Okay. The funny part is that this morning, last night, like, getting him ready to go there. He legit told the doctors right now, live in Hendersonville Medical Hospital, this show is on. He said, I have never missed one show, and we're damn sure not going to start today. So shout out to all the doctors. Take care of our boy, and we got some good bets coming for you.
I can just see it's up on the big screen at the hospital right there. Man, get DTL. Right freaking now, Mims, we love you. So many loyal fans. Mims is such a great part of what we do, as are all of you. I'm a little thrown off right now, AB, I'll be honest with you, because it is 10:06, and DG has already showed up in the chat today at 10:06. Usually it's 10:16, not 10:06.
What was that show he was watching last night?
Perfect match. Perfect match. What are we doing? Perfect match. I think it's on Netflix or something. That was embarrassing. He had the wife under one arm and he had his texting on the other arm. It was, I can just imagine it right now. Daughters are in bed already. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Do you know what's not embarrassing? I see the chat's just popping today. The chat is popping today, and so is my crew. They are chomping at the bit. We got the best crew in the game. So, AB, if you're ready, sir, it is time for the picks. Oh, and look who I have today is our Tuesday crew, and we absolutely love them. But you know where we're going to start. Whoever has the hottest day the day before gets the first 15 seconds of the show. So once again, my man from the dirty, coming through, 80th minute, but it does not matter. Charles, good morning. 15 seconds is yours.
Morning, Coach, crew, chat. Yeah, they made us sweat on that, like we mentioned last night, but it did come through. Thank you, Turkey. So baseball is a little frustrating, but we'll put that one in the rear view. On to a new day. Only 4 days away from the Euros, so excited to get this day started. Excited for this tournament. Let's have a great week.
That's right. And for you premium members, for you crew members, we will have a special little Euro 2024 episode for you Friday morning. So if you're not a crew member yet, I encourage you to do so. You can do it right here on this page. Very, very easy. All right. I'll get to a couple of those in the chat in a second. But next, he is our numbers guy. And he does numbers for everything. And I know, Raphael, that having DG watching Perfect Match while we were working on DTL After Dark really got your juices flowing in all the wrong ways. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. It did, because it's reality TV. Granted, sometimes I have to watch it for odds that I do, but when there was a Stanley Cup game on, and he's watching that with the wife. I know you have to make quality time with the wife, but no, it's not reality TV. I'm sorry. No way.
Is that what families do? I have no idea. I'm just on my own.
You're one of the lucky ones, AB. You're one of the lucky ones. And no, families don't sit around watching The Perfect Match. Oh my gosh. I'll be honest with you though. I've watched The Perfect Match in the past. I have.
I knew you did.
I love reality TV. You know me. All right, he's got the best beard in the game and super active all over social media. If you're not following him, his handle is right there. Soupy, good morning, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, crew. It's a glorious day here in Connecticut. Dan Hurley is still here, and we know why. We finally know why he did not leave to the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Jay Timothy's, Coach, I know you know what Jay Timothy's Dirt Wing. Free wings for life. So thank you, Jay Timothy's, for keeping our boy Dan Hurley here. And I have never heard of The Perfect Match, so I have no idea what even that show is.
Well, that's embarrassing for you.
No.
But back to your Jay Timothy's, I think that was a tipping point for Danny Hurley.
It definitely was.
$11 million a year, free wings for life from Jay Timothy's. That might be worth $11 million a year. If you guys don't know what Jay Timothy's is,
that sounds good. Like Dan Hurley and those free wings. That's The Perfect Match.
Yeah. Great one, AB. Great one.
I'm learning.
By the way, Lakers, embarrassing. If you guys haven't seen my video, it's here on this page, all over social media. $11 million a year to get him away from UConn. That's an embarrassing number, Soupy, right?
It was, especially when you hear that the rumor it was $5 million, 100, or 5 years, $100 million, and it's that now. He's going for glory. He's going for history. The 3P. It's on.
AB, go.
All right, I know that we'll talk about this, but it's interesting of how these negotiation things go. Remember, it was $20 million a year, and they could go more. When the Lakers found out that he wasn't going, that number strangely went way down because they're not paying that to anybody else. Weird how that happens.
You don't think the next Darvin Ham is going to get $20 million a year over Steve Kerr? You're crazy. You're crazy. By the way, John says, happy wife, happy life. There is no question it's the wife. Because he's turned down Kentucky. He's turned down the Lakers. The wife wants to stay in Northeast. Always. Doesn't want to move. Hey, can't hate. Just appreciate. All right. So, chat, keep popping. If you haven't hit that like number or a like button, please do that for me. Although, also, DG's got a big Grizzlies pre-draft show apparently tonight, so check that out as well. But, Charles, we have more international friendly action today. And there's a team that I've got my eye on for the entire Euro 2024. They got a really good offense, and today, based off what we're looking at, you believe that will show up. Start us off.
Portugal versus Ireland. Yeah, the European friendlies wrap up today, and we're fortunate enough to stack a positive return headed into the Euros, but we still have one more match to try and add to our stockpile with Portugal, who have been lethal at home over their last 6 matches with a plus 16 goal differential, and those fixtures have averaged 5.3 total goals. While Ireland, they've been less clinical, yet the Irish have averaged 1.3 total goals away from home in 2024. We're going to take a little different route today with over 3 full-time goals. If your book doesn't offer this line, you can wait a few minutes and just try to grab the over 2.5 live. And lastly, we're going to grab Portugal over 5.5 corners, with the Portuguese averaging 7.3 corners at home this year.
Absolutely love both of those plays. And most of the international friendlies start around 2:45 to 3 o'clock Eastern time. Don't be shut out. John says, Coach doesn't have the time to golf anymore. I'm hearing he's rusty. John, that's exactly right. I don't. I'm getting ready for my big movie debut. As many of you know, it's called The Hands, AB. And I'm really stretching my acting chops. I'm going to be an announcer. How about that? Really,
you know what? I like you, taking on a new role. You are probably going to look sharp, though, right? You'll be in like a tuxedo, right?
At least what they tell me. I've done all the measurements. We'll see.
My favorite part is that they're going to have Coach and either Joe Rogan or somebody playing Joe Rogan right there calling it. Dude, I can't wait, man. It's going to be great.
Now, listen to this real quick. So the same producers, I probably shouldn't be giving this away, but I'm going to anyway because it's our show. They just got the rights to the Buster Douglas story. And so they're going to be doing a Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson movie. And I said, I want in. And they said, done. Now, maybe because I put them on the spot, but can you imagine a Buster Douglas movie? I think that'd be a pretty good story.
Oh, number one, smart call, putting them on the spot. That's how you get jobs done. All right. Number two, Mike Tyson's probably going to be on set on that thing. Like, you and Tyson are going to be hanging out, dude. That's going to be awesome, man.
If he's alive after he fights Jake Paul and doesn't have a heart attack on November 15th in Cowboys Stadium in front of 8,000 people. All right. TJ says, we know, Coach. You mentioned it every episode this week. Well, TJ, if you had a show and you were in a movie, you would too. But if you don't want me to talk about what we're doing, I will not. I'll keep it straight just for TJ. All right. A quick question from the chat, Charles. Would you like both teams? We're just going to do this straight. Just because of TJ. No entertainment value whatsoever. Would you like both teams to score today, Charles, in your game?
Possibly. I could see them sneaking one in, but at worst, I could see 3-0 Portugal. But, yeah, I mean, Portugal did concede to Croatia. They did concede to Ireland last time they traveled to Portugal. So it's not out of the realm of possibility, and it has good value. I think it's at plus money as well.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. Now, Raphael, let me come over to you because the WNBA, they've been all over the news lately. A lot of different storylines. But today you're focused on another former college superstar and her prop. You're up, sir.
Yeah, first of all, the defending champs have not been playing like the defending champs. They have dropped 3 out of their last 4. They're at home tonight, and last time we saw them at home, they lost. So I think the best player in the WNBA, Ajay Wilson, is going to have a huge game. She's averaging 28 points a game. This prop is 27.5 points over, minus 3 nickels. So the last 2 games they played against each other, she scored 29 and 35. She's averaging 32 points a game against their opponents. So I think Ajay Wilson has no problem scoring against Minnesota. Minnesota will probably keep the tempo up. We're not shocked if this game goes over the total as well, but I'm going to take Wilson over 27.5 points, laying the 3 nickels.
I love the 3 nickels, and I love Wilson. I would love to be part of the process to turn the negative with the WNBA into a positive, because it's been all negative the last couple of days, and it's just not a good look for the league or anybody. Let's turn that around. Let's be positive. All right, Soupy, let me come over to you, big boy, because last night the Yankees did not do us a solid as they decided to sit Aaron Judge and Stanton, and they still won 4-2. That didn't help our over 8.5. But today, you think they'll have a good start, so let's start right there with you. You're up, sir.
Yeah, because Brady Singer is going to be on the mound, 2.75 ERA, but that expected ERA is 4.51. The metrics are showing that he's due for the regression. He's not a swing and miss guy, and with the Yankees, who make a lot of contact and who are patient at the plate, I think this is very favorable for him. His barrel percentage is up, his line drive percentage is up, and the Yankees are tops in barrel percentage this year, and they're 11th in line drive percentage. So I think they're going to have a great start to this game, get to Singer early. And Stroman, he did not have a great game last time. 5 earned against the Twins, but I think he just needs to keep it close enough, because I think the Yankees bats are definitely going to push them in this game. And do you want me to go to my Phillies game?
Yes, I would love for you to go.
All right. So they're playing the Red Sox tonight. As we know, the Red Sox, they lost 2 out of 3 to the White Sox. Like, I think the 5 of us, just the 5 of us, could probably take 2 games against the White Sox. And Cutter Crawford's going to be on the mound. 8.27 ERA in his last 3 starts. And the Red Sox have lost 6 of his last starts, all by multiple runs. And, you know, Zach Wheeler's on the mound with a 0.96 whip, top 10 in whip, top 10 in ERA, and top 10 in strikeouts. Going to be able to attack a Red Sox team that just isn't hitting well lately.
They really aren't. I mean, when you go into Chicago and the White Sox look like the better team, that's not a good look. By the way, the chat, TJ, you want to be in the line of fire, so to speak. The chat is not happy with you because they feel like you've taken entertainment away from the show. It's your fault, TJ. It's not mine. I come here in a great mood every day, and then it can turn on a dime. So the chat, let TJ know. Let him know. Now, AB, everybody in the chat is raving about your college baseball plays yesterday, NC State, Tennessee, you nailed it. But we're really going to see your expertise as we get to the College World Series starting this weekend. And I believe, as I look at my notes, that you have a team from College Station that you think among all of them is the class of the field. You're up, sir.
Texas A&M is arguably the best team in the country. There are 3 of them. And look, we didn't even put it on the recap screen. We wanted to say it because there's a mole in the show that's taking odds from you. So I wanted to make sure that you had the absolute best chance to get it. So I'm going to throw this up. Take a look at your odds right here, okay? This is a surprise for everybody in the crew, all right? Take a look. You've got Tennessee, Florida State, game 1. Virginia, North Carolina, game 1. Those 4 teams on the left side of the bracket. Kentucky, NC State, game 1. Florida, Texas A&M, game 1. Texas A&M will handle Florida, okay? They are going to set them in the first, winner's spot heading into the championship game. Quite frankly, Texas A&M is going to the championship game. Bet them plus 330. Next, Tennessee, Florida State, game 1. Whoever wins that game is going to the championship game. Yes, I know that they've got to play 2 games in between, but winning that game will be massive. So take a shot at either Tennessee at plus 290 or Florida State plus 750, because if Florida State, the only reason their odds are that low is because they played Tennessee in game 1. If they beat Tennessee in game 1, that 750 will go to 250 quickly. So take a shot at Florida State there. Florida State, Texas A&M, those are your teams to bet on. I'm not going to say to Tennessee because I don't want to put the jinx on the boys there. You know what I mean? So we're not going to do that. But that's how we're getting down. Now, would you like some Major League Baseball, Coach?
Would love. After all of that, I'm letting that wash over me. Yes, I would love some Major League Baseball, sir.
Thank you. Now we're going to a guy who was a star of college baseball last year. Big Paul Skeens, Pittsburgh Steel on the mound today. We're going to take him to record a win at plus 110, going up against the Cardinals and our boy Mikolas, who just flat out stinks. I think that Paul Skeens and the Pirates get the job done. Now, here's the tough part. The Phillies, they're coming back from London, Coach. You've been over there. You've flown over the Atlantic. It's a long flight, all right? But I think that the boys are ready to get back home, swing the sticks. So we're going to take the Phillies team total also over 4.5.
When you come back from Europe, and we're going to be doing an episode on the flight from hell. If you guys know, then you know, because I was on it. There is nothing worse than coming back from Europe. The time screws you up. Everything screws you up. But I agree with you. The Phillies had a blast over there. I think the Mets had a blast over there. I think we're going to see a lot more games in Europe based off of what we saw. It was really good. Raphael, go. No, you can't ask to talk and then be on mute.
Sorry, it's my bad. I'm going to jump on the College World Series. North Carolina, all the money's coming in on Tennessee and in Texas A&M. North Carolina was 5-1 yesterday to win it all after the game at NC State. Now they're 7. So if you want to take a sleeper now, and let's say Tennessee, Texas A&M fall at the wheel in game 1, keep an eye out for the Tar Heels. 7-1 is a really, really, really good price. It's not because they stink. It's because all the money is coming in on Tennessee and Texas A&M. That's a good hedge ticket at 7-1 with North Carolina.
Always adding great price. And AB, you're nodding your head. You love that thought.
North Carolina's badass. He's exactly right. They went through LSU to get here. They went through some great teams to get here. They can pitch, they can hit, they can do it all. Raphael's 100% correct.
Boom, boom, and boom. Thank you very much, both of you. And I'll ask everybody right now, after all that information that would take you hours to do, I have one simple question for you. This is not the entertainment portion of the program. Do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. Guess who else is in the chat? Seabass, our 5-star chef, is in the chat. You have any questions for him? Put them into the chat. He will answer them for you in real time along with DG. We're going 7 wide today. So I believe everybody has gone. All the picks are in. But we are more than just a betting show, especially in the dog days of June, when we're looking for topics, ways to make you smarter as a sports fan, which will help your betting somehow, some way down the road. So it's time to educate, entertain. Schwan50 says, give me some kazoo. I love that kazoo. It always lifts me up every single day. Now, NFL is our bread and butter. And AB, it is 3 months away, and it cannot get here fast enough. However, NFL topics are always money. And yesterday, the Pittsburgh Steelers do what the Pittsburgh Steelers do. And they added an extension to Mike Tomlin. Now 18 years. I believe he's only the third coach in the last 50 for the Steelers. This is the topic today, is this a good thing in the National Football League to have a coach be a coach of a franchise for this long? Your take?
If he's Mike Tomlin. Right. Look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, I don't know the stat. I bet that Raphael knows. I think the Steelers have only had, 3 head coaches since 1967 or something like that. It's absurd. The Pittsburgh Steelers, and I mean this, no hyperbole, they are the best family small business in America. They have got this thing down. They have rings. They have figured it out. Mike Tomlin, he's never had a losing record with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's crazy. So, yeah, I say it's good because if you got Mike Tomlin, you do it. He's just that good.
That's a great first take. And it's actually a show I did 42 times. Raphael, when you talk about little family businesses in the juggernaut that is the NFL, they are literally basically the only one. And they have gone down this path for 5 decades. And, yes, they used to win a lot of NFL Super Bowls, but not lately. I was in Pittsburgh 2006 on ring night. That was 18 years ago. So is this an extension that is warranted just because he has never had a losing record?
I think it is. I mean, you said it. They haven't been to the Super Bowl in forever. But if you kind of look at it, Mike Tomlin is the most underrated head coach in the NFL for what he has done. Never having a losing season. Their total wins is 8.5, and it's plus money on the over. How do you not take the over on every time the Pittsburgh Steelers play football in every year? Because they go over every time. I mean, let's face it. The Bengals have question marks. What happened? Baltimore are going to probably have question marks. Or can they sustain what they did last year? Cleveland's going to have question marks with their QB of Watson. I just don't understand. I love the move, but again, at the same time, he is the most underrated head coach in the NFL, maybe the NFL history, because he's the quietest guy. He doesn't make any noise. All he does is have over 500 records, and I know he hasn't win a Super Bowl, but they only give out 1 trophy a year. Not everyone can win a Super Bowl.
That is very true, but Seabass says you play to win championships, not just winning records. Seabass, that's where I land, but the other option is what? Where are you going to go? Because running an NFL franchise is completely different than running a college program. And you got to treat these guys like men. He does that. Players love him. But Soupy, as I come over to you, and I'm looking, we saw the win total, but to win the whole thing this year, Steelers are way down the list, plus 4,000. Just to win the AFC, plus 2,200. So what does that say to you?
I mean, obviously, because the Kenny Pickett era just didn't work out. So now they're revamping the team. They have Russell Wilson. They have Justin Fields, maybe as part of their future. So we'll see how the offensive line is a little better. Russell Wilson has the weapons. He has the backfield. There's a lot of things there that can help them win a championship. They could be a contender, especially in that AFC North. But my question is, if Mike Tomlin decided he didn't want to coach the Steelers anymore, how many teams do you think would call him in the matter of 2 seconds? I would say pretty much every team. Everybody. Except maybe the Chiefs, maybe the Dolphins. There's very few teams that would be like, no, we're good, because he's proven that he can win. He just needs the pieces now to help them go a little further. Is it in Russell Wilson? Who knows? I mean, Russell Wilson has won a Super Bowl. He's been to another one. So we'll see how this new era goes, because obviously the last one didn't work out. Let's see how this one goes. And then we'll talk about if this extension was a good idea or not.
AB, go.
Don't blame him for the roster. There's a position called a general manager that's in charge of that. They get paid millions of dollars. He's just working with what he's got in the kitchen. He's done a pretty damn good job with it.
Joe, agree. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, and to do it, and to still be a winning coach with some of the roster pieces he has. The offensive line has been terrible the last few years. The defense has been subpar the last few years. And to be able to still have a winning record in all that time is absolutely amazing.
So apparently we're not giving out consolation trophies in the NFL for Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. But, Soupy, Joe agrees with you. He says Tomlin would be hired the instant he became a free agent, and he would be a thorn in Pittsburgh's side for the rest of his career. Steelers can't afford to let him go. That is called, Joe, leverage, which he absolutely has. Absolutely has. Now, Liddy, you're always asking for story time with the coach, so I want you guys to vote. Do you want a story of me and Big Ben, or the story of me and the 2006 NFL Pittsburgh Steelers? Which story would you guys like today?
Hopefully not the story of Big Ben in Lake Tahoe.
Oh my God. I'm going to ignore that 5 seconds even happened. All right. So here is my story. I'm going to go with winning the Super Bowl. I'm going to go with winning the Super Bowl, because I just told you I was there in 2006. We had Monday Night Raw in Pittsburgh the night they got their rings for winning the Super Bowl that year. And so I was friends with the kicker. Of course I was. And he invited me to a party that Hines Ward had at his bar and restaurant. And it's a 2-level bar. And so Max Starks, he was a great lineman for the Steelers back in the day, big guy. And I walked up to him and I said, "Hey, Max," I said, "can I borrow your ring and wear it for the night and just pretend that I'm a Super Bowl champion up here at the party?" He goes, "Absolutely." Takes the ring right off, doesn't even, hands it right to me. I put an actual Pittsburgh Steelers Super Bowl ring on my hand, walked up, and I pretended that I was the third-string tight end for the Pittsburgh Steelers the entire night. Everybody I met, "Hey, how you doing? Third-string tight end, number 89." And like literally everybody believed me. Everybody believed me. I almost forgot to give him the ring back at the end of the night. That's how intoxicated we were at the end of the night. You want this back?
Yeah. Sorry. Coach, you'd be a great size for a tight end. You'd be tough to handle, dude. You block.
What I play?
Yeah, that's a good call.
6'3", 250. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Play right now. Late 40s. Let's go. But that was a fun night. One of these days, I'll tell you my Big Ben voicemail that involved John Cena and the rest of the WWE superstars. True story. That will be for another day. Now, there's been a lot of chatter, AB, because you live in probably the hottest city in all of America when it comes to sports. And the NBA, which now clearly, because of Danny Hurley, has shown that LA is not the destination anymore, that LA and California, with all of their issues, because I live here, is not where everybody wants to live anymore. So I ask you, if you were to put an NBA franchise anywhere right now, in a city, where would you go?
Nashville would be up there. But the tough part is that you'd have to compete with Memphis and the Grizzlies, right? Like the state would never do it and have two. But the state of Tennessee will literally pay you to come here, and it's popping all the time. It's awesome, right? Like Tennessee would be solid. But if I had to choose one city, all right, ooh, that would be tough. I think I would go. I'd put another one in Miami. That's what I would do.
Ooh,
I'd put a second team in
Miami.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Okay. 2 in Miami, in a warm weather city. Interesting thought process. All right. I'm going to go with Matty Ices. He says Kansas City, baby. And I'm telling you right now, our NBA team in Kansas City, because you guys know I'm a fan. I'm from there. My parents still live 2 hours from Kansas City. Kansas Jayhawks, they are our NBA team. So to have an NBA team with the Chiefs and the Royals would be amazing. They got a great arena. I think it would be a absolute slam dunk. Raphael, what say you?
Well, the favorite is Vegas to get the next NBA team, which that's because LeBron James wants to own it with Tom Brady. I don't think so. Don't sleep on Seattle to get it. I still think the way they kicked Seattle out and put them somewhere else, I think they get it. But don't also sleep on Mexico City. I would love to see that, because don't forget, the Raiders could have been the Mexico City Raiders. They were that close to going to Mexico City until Vegas scooped them up. I think Mexico grabs a team really, really quickly. So I'm going to say Mexico and not Vegas, just because I still have homes there and traffic sucks in Vegas. So I'm going to say Mexico.
Did you
Street
notice
tacos all over the place?
Did you notice that little flex? I still have homes with an S. I still have homes in Vegas.
Just property. Property all over the country.
Just do.
The interesting part, and I don't mean to jump in, Mexico City is fascinating because that's another place where you'd be dealing with elevation. Huge. Mexico City is on the top of a mountain, right? Like,
have you guys ever been there? You ever been
crazy.
there?
Yeah. It's awesome.
I've seen USA Mexico soccer there. It was crazy.
Yeah.
No, I would not want to live there, though. I wouldn't want to live and play there. It would be a nightmare just to get around. I mean, it's one thing to go in for one game, but oh man, a lot of good chat suggestions. What do you guys think? Put it into the chat. Let us know. We see Vegas. We see Vancouver from DG. Laporte City from Melanie. Interesting, Melanie, but we'll take it. All right, Soupy, let me come over to you. What do you think, bud?
Obviously, you got to put a team back in Seattle because they loved that Supersonics, and just for them to take it away was just absolutely unbelievable. And when the Kraken came back, they specifically made that arena to put in a basketball team. So let's bring back the Seattle Supersonics. Let me get a lime green jersey. Or could we just put another team in Hartford? Because we still miss the Whalers. I'll take a Hartford Whalers basketball team.
But you would have to actually support them, Soupy, which would never happen in Hartford.
Season tickets. I would have season tickets.
That one. Raphael.
I am 10,000 people. I would work.
All in one. I agree with you, Soupy. Raphael, what do you got, bud?
This is what I'm hearing, and DG can probably agree to this on this. Seattle will get the next team, and would not be shocked if Vegas gets a relocation team, a.k.a. maybe Milwaukee, which once they get rid of the Greek Freak, which is probably going to be sooner than we all thought, I would not be shocked if Milwaukee leaves their NBA team and goes somewhere else. There's 2 to 3 teams that are in desperation to maybe relocating. I think Vegas gets a relocated team. Seattle gets the next team.
Every time I think about Milwaukee, I think about the night we had a GoDaddy party at a nightclub for a Playboy playmate who was part of the WWE. And I ended up back at Michael Red's penthouse apartment watching WWE home videos and throwing up all over his elevator that opened right onto his penthouse apartment. That's what happened in Milwaukee. You guys remember Michael Red? Smooth lefty? Yeah, we weren't friends after that. Crazy.
No.
When you throw up in somebody's house.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
It's
That's
hilarious.
a problem.
Now, Pittsburgh doesn't have an NBA team, correct?
That's true. They do not.
Okay.
Just baseball and football.
I'm just going to say this. If Pittsburgh did, I have to give a shout out to the city of Pittsburgh because they're the only people that have figured this out, that you get every single team to wear the exact same color scheme. So you could wear a pirate shirt to a Steelers game. They're the only city that was smart enough to figure this out, and it's brilliant. So I just have to give them a shout out. Every team, same color scheme. You're good to go. You don't ever have to worry about which gear you're wearing. You're set.
I've never thought about that. Never thought about that. Never, ever, ever. By the way, Joe says Michael Redd was a dog. That injury killed his career. He was a dog at Ohio State. Man, so good. Coach Name Drop's line was set at over 3.5. That has soared today. That's fine. That's fine. I'll go over 3.5 every day. I got stories for days. Check out Behind the Turnbuckle. Drops every Friday. All right. Now, Suki says Coach was a road degenerate. That may be a series, AB, that we need to do. Because I probably have 50 degenerate stories that I probably should never tell.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, look, if we had a Girls Gone Wild in Church episode like a week ago. So I don't know how we're going to top that one.
That's very true. I actually got a call after that one. Eric Bishop.
From Michael Redd.
No. Yeah. Can you imagine having an actual show? Michael Redd, Big Ben, Matt Starks, Eric Bishop. Boy, what a show that would be.
All that's going on, and then every 5 minutes there's a custodian with a bucket that's coming by. It just walks by, and you don't see, but you know. You're like, oh, well, somebody threw up.
All right, great discussions today. But if you were not here at the top of the show, because we have passed the bottom of the hour, don't worry, we got you covered. In a little segment we like to call the Whip Around. All right, my man Charles did it again. Gunnar Henderson last night went the yard. The man is in fuego. Here are the choices today. And Aaron Judge, you better be in the damn lineup. Plus 200. Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies. Will he be awake after the jet lag? Bryce Harper also with the Phillies. Plus 275. Salvador Perez of my beloved Royals. And Jose Ramirez of the Indians. Charles, where are you headed?
Yeah, Gunnar Henderson, he was first pitch yesterday as well, so we knocked that one out quick. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Jose Ramirez plus 350. I think we're going to see runs in this when he's the visitor, so he should get that extra bat as well. And then honorable mention, Lourdes Gurriel. And then how about a NBA city, Austin, Texas? I think that would be a nice little market as well. So my little 2 cents on that.
Why does everybody like Austin so much? Every time I've been there, it's just boring to me. It's just they have Texas, and that's it. That's it. But they always come up in these conversations. I don't know why. But I don't know. I just there to me there's nothing there but Texas. Big university. Raphael, let me come over to you. Where are we going the yard today?
Yeah, Charles stole mine. I like how Jose Ramirez plus 350 because, let's see, the Reds bullpen stinks. Suter stinks, so he's going to have a lot of opportunity to hit one out. This total will probably move to 9.5 as well, so I like Ramirez.
All right, very, very good. By the way, Matty I said 6th Street in Austin. It's not bad. Bunch of bars, that's it. AB, you've been to 6th Street. Talk to me.
6th Street, good time. Austin, you're right. It has Texas, a bunch of gold buried underneath that campus as well. But, I mean, everybody knows Texas. I'm from Texas. I was born in the state of Texas, and I was even born in Fort Worth. But, dude, Third Coast, H-Town, that's how we get down. H-Town is where it's at. That is the most fun city in Texas. But I'll say this, Aaron Judge, you have made it back to today's graphic because yesterday you were on it and you got scratched, and I felt bad for you because people on the graphic, it's proven a 20% boost to hit a bomb. I just made that stat up. But Aaron Judge, yeah, you get to have it. But it's Bryce Harper. That's the answer. I was skating around. Bryce Harper's the answer. 275. Let's go.
You were skating around, and it literally just hit me like a ton of bricks, AB. No wonder you and I are partners. No wonder we started this together. We were born in the same city. I never knew that until just this moment.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. I was only in Fort Worth for like a minute. I was adopted, and they shipped me out to Kansas, but I was born there.
You're too big of a tight end to handle. They had to get you out.
That's true. Very, very true. All right, Soupy, coming over to you, big boy. Who's going to go the yard today?
I got to help my own cause. I got to go with All Rise Aaron Judge.
All rise for the great Aaron Judge. All right, everybody has gone. Now, in this segment of the show, if you're brand new, and I see many of you are, because you're all testing out the show in June, we go through every single pick, 10 seconds or less, one little nugget for each one. And Charles, as always, we will start with you. What do you got?
International friendly, Portugal, Ireland, over 3 full-time goals, Portugal over 5.5 corners. I think 3-0 at worst, but I'm hoping for a 4-0, but maybe even a 3-1 for those who want the both teams to score.
Let's take both of those. Raphael, I'm coming to you.
Give me Miss Wilson over in the Las Vegas Aces, over 27.5 points, laying in -3 nickels, averaging 32 points a game their last 2 meetings against Minnesota.
Boom, boom, boom. Soupy, talk to me.
Give me the regression of Brady Singer to start tonight against the New York Yankees, but give me the first 5. And then the Phillies, yes, they are coming back from London, but I still think they're going to be able to handle the Red Sox, who absolutely cannot hit a baseball over the last few days.
By the way, in the chat, Big Brett says 73% of stats are made up. I'm the line, so it's all good. Big Brett, it might be more than that. Who knows? AB, you're up.
Big Brett, dude, it's hilarious. And Robbie, shout out to Haystack in the chat. If you don't know who Haystack is, Google him. South side. All right, sorry. Paul Skeens to record a win +110. Phillies team total over 4.5 -120. Let's go. Big Stack Mac.
One extra bonus one, because Skeens the last time had, I think, 8 or 9 strikeouts. Like, he went over his total. I didn't look at it tonight. I'm assuming it's 6.5 or 7.5. Would you like that, AB?
I love it.
Yep.
Ask your man right there below. I think it's 7.5, I think.
7.5.
7.5? All right.
7.5.
All right.
7.5 plus money. 7.5 plus money.
Raphael says no. You like the under, Raphael?
I do. I think the Cardinals don't strike out that much. They're a contact hitter. Granted, they granted a lot of double plays, but they don't strike out that much.
We got a little dissension in the ranks. I like it. No, I love it. All right, Soupy, I see your stuff everywhere. Tell the good people where they can find you.
Bettingpros.com and fantasypros.com for all my fantasy football takes.
So you do fantasy. Good to know. Because this fall, we're going to dominate everything football, college. AB, you're coming back for that. Our college football show is going to be an absolute banger. And then NFL, 3 nights of DTL After Dark. God, I can't wait for the football to get back.
Yep.
We got a cash stack these months before we get there. Every day the grind because of you. Gentlemen, as always, appreciate the effort. Appreciate the hard work. It is now time for the closing bell. All right, there are a lot of wrestling questions in the chat today, and I promise you we're very, very soon going to start Q&A episodes of Behind the Turnbuckle, so hold those questions. We'll get to them with the other show. But, AB, today, what did the crew select as their play of the day, courtesy our man Howie Schwab?
Howie and the crew feeling that Phillies Red Sox over 8, 40% of all votes going there. The crew is all over it. So Phillies Red Sox over 8 is the crew's choice. And Coach, I can't wait for one of those Q&A shows. I'll be in the chat with everybody else. The stories are going to be phenomenal, man.
Well, I've got to give you credit, AB, because as you know, people at home may not know this, I was never going to do a wrestling show. That never crossed my mind. I wasn't going to do it. I was ticked off at everything that was going on over there. And then you told me, you said, you got to do this. It's popping again. They're going to have changes. And it's been a blessing. What a blessing Behind the Turnbuckle has been. Thanks to you.
Oh,
Thanks
man, I'm just glad that you did it, because it was sitting there, and I was like, man, you are going to crush it because you have so many great stories and so much more, and all the karma's working. I mean, look at the last episode, right? You had Iglesias, and then you parlayed that right into 2 studs, man. It's just awesome. So if anybody hasn't subscribed, literally just go to the bottom of our page. You can find it there. Click subscribe, then go. Dude, it's awesome. So, yeah, no.
Thank you.
Well done. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to add episodes. We're going to add content. We're going to add a lot of things on that page. Interview episodes, and then also just take episodes, because they're both doing very, very well. So thank you for that, AB. We appreciate the support. Yeah. And also, today, DTL Golf at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. AB, I will see you a little bit later, all right? All right, producer man, thank you. Robbie says my son popped when Cody came on screen. It was awesome. Thank you, Robbie. You guys saw my reaction. It was authentic. Had no idea he was even showing up, and we get 30 minutes with him. So that was awesome. That's what this business is truly all about. You do good work. You're a good person, and good things will happen, I promise you, as the grind continues. So it is now time, as we look at the clock, for you to go out into the world. Enjoy your day. Be kind to one another. Be honest with each other. That's the only way that this thing can work. And understand, as we head into June, don't get down. It's very, very easy to get down. Stay up. We're all in this together. We do this together every single day, and bring all your friends. We want all your friends right here at DTL. So as I go get ready to tape the next BTT, as I get ready for DTL Golf at 3 p.m. Eastern today, I tell you this, there is only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My attacker level, my man from the Dirty Charles. My numbers guy, Raphael. Best beard in the game, Soupy. My partner, AB, and producer, man. Always making the shows look better, like DTL After Dark. Can't do it without him. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you, so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about every single day, right here at Driving the Line. Good luck.